Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Lunchtime Goals with me, Wanda Martin, where we break for 8. So that means for 8 minutes, I get to hang out with you guys and share one goal setting tip that's going to educate you and it's going to motivate you to go after your goals. Now, the reason why it's only for 8 minutes is because the University of Scranton, they did a research and they discovered that 92% of Americans who set their goals, they never achieve them. Which means if you're good at math, you got it, only 8% of Americans who set their goals, they actually achieve them. Well, my goal is to get you guys to be a part of that 8%. And so I'm going to achieve that goal. And so I get with you guys every Wednesday to help you to not be a part of the 92%, but to be a part of the 8%. Now, before we get started, listen, I need some help with reaching my goal. You know, my goal this year was to have about 20 to 25 viewers to view Lunchtime Goals. And I've been falling a little short of that every Wednesday. And so can you guys do me a favor? Look, real quick, go ahead and hit the share button at the bottom of your screen and just share this page with other people right now so that number can go up and also so other people can be a part of the 8%. Or look, you can even host a watch party at this time. But I want to get the word out. I want to get the news out that Lunchtime Goals is happening right now so that we can get other people to be a part of the 8%. Now, for the last time you and I got together, we talked about, or I allowed you, the viewers, to ask some goal setting questions. And so for the last Wednesday of the year, I want to conclude with that. And so I'm going to allow some more questions to come and I will be answering them live right here on Facebook Live. So let's hear the next questions.
Happy Sunday, Pastor Wanda. This is Tina Williams from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, and I'm here with my wonderful cousin, Alicia, all the way in from Lewis, Delaware, and we have a quick question about goals.
How am I going to stay motivated to reach my goal weight?
Thank you so much, Tina and Alicia, for submitting that question. Now, Alicia, to answer your question with how to stay motivated to reach your goal weights. Look, I believe that's probably a lot of us, especially during this quarantine time. But I have 4 easy ways that you can do that, Alicia, and here they are. Number 1, I want you to start thinking smaller. Now, what I mean by that, I want you to concentrate on just losing 10% of your weight within the next 6 months. And then the last 6 months, I want you to focus on keeping that off. That's the first thing that you're going to do in order to stay motivated to reaching your goal weight. Number 2, I want you to do this. And for the next 21 days, I want you to write down your goal weight inside of a journal. Why? Because what gets written, Alicia, is what gets done. So you want to make sure that you write those things down. Number 3, I want you now, if you have one, I want you to post an old picture of yourself at that particular goal weight. Maybe you can go to Walmart and get some duplicates of the picture and post different pictures around your home, maybe in your office, in the bathroom, near your bedroom, different places like that so that you can constantly look at that picture. And here's the reason why. Because out of sight means out of mind. We don't want your goal weight to be out of mind, so that means you got to keep it in sight. And then number 4, you want to find an accountability partner. This is so important. You know, Alicia, it's a proven fact that you're 65% more likely to stay on track with your goals when you have someone that you're accountable to. And I see that you have Tina right there, so make sure that you have Tina as an accountability partner to help you stay on track in reaching your goals. So Tina, Alicia, hey, that is my answer to your questions. I pray that you stay on track with reaching your goal weight. And I know that you will if you follow these 4 easy steps. Hey, God bless. Hey, you guys, now listen, if you have any suggestions of anything that you may have done in the past, or you may be doing it now to stay motivated to reach your goal weight, go ahead and submit it in the comments section. We all would like to hear about it. But let's go on to our next question.
Hey, my name is Steve Martin. I am Wanda Martin's husband. I'm excited to ask you this question. Here's my question. Is it important for me to have goals with my wife, or should I keep all my goals as individual goals just for myself?
Thank you, babe, so much for submitting that question. Now, to answer your question on how important it is to have goals with your spouse, listen, Stephen, it is very important that couples be able to share goals with one another. And that's for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's a great way to strengthen your marriage with one another. But then also number 2, it keeps you both on the same page, while at the same time, it helps you to be a cheerleader to each other while you both are accomplishing your goals. Look, Stephen, just having goals with your spouse, listen, it's a great way and it's really fun, especially when it comes time to celebrating that win. So listen, babe, listen, at the conclusion of this session, let's get together and let's do our our 2021 goals because I'm ready to celebrate our wins. But that is a great question because a lot of couples sometimes ask me that, is it important to have goals together or should you have it apart? And me personally, I believe that you should do it together because it's an easy way, number one, to strengthen your marriage, but then number two, it also helps you to stay on the same page. And that's what it's all about in marriages. You want to make sure that you stay on the same page with your spouse. Okay, great. That was a great question. Hey, you guys, are any of you all married? If so, do you set goals with your spouse? If so, go ahead and type me for me if you set goals with your spouse. And if so, if you want to add, what are some of the things that you do to set goals with your spouse? That was a great question, babe. Thank you so much again for submitting that question. Okay, you guys, let's go to the last question of the year. Let's listen in.
Hi, Pastor Wanda. I'm wondering, how many goals do you think should be set at one time? And if you have multiple goals, how do you decide and prioritize those so that you can effectively achieve all of them?
Thank you, Laura, so much for submitting that question. Look, that was a great question also. You guys are submitting some great questions. Now, to answer your question with how many goals should you set at one time, my answer is this: less is more. And what I mean by that is you should look to set between 7 to 10 goals a year, but only work on 2 to 3 goals per quarter. Now, how to prioritize them? One way to do that is to look at the deadline date. You know, Laura, one of the golden rules is that in order for you to have a goal, it must have a deadline date to them. And so look at your 7 to 10 goals and look at all the deadline dates that you have attached to them, and then begin to prioritize them based on the deadline dates that you have attached to them. So for an example, say if you have a goal that is the deadline date is February 1st, but then you have another goal that the deadline date is December 31st. Well, you want to prioritize the February 1st goal above the December 31st goal because of that deadline date. So hopefully that makes sense. So an easy way to prioritize your goals, begin to look at the deadline dates and begin to put them in order based on the deadline dates. That will help you from stretching yourself too thin, from becoming overwhelmed, and it will help you to pace yourself out when it comes to achieving your goals. Again, thank you so much, Laura. That was a great question, and happy goal setting. Well, hey, you guys, I pray that you all enjoyed that session. I know I did. I had a blast. It was fun. But listen, if you all have a question that you would like to submit, all you have to do is just submit a video question to info@wandamartin.org. And who knows, I may use your question right here on Lunchtime Goals with Wanda. But listen, as we go to close out, I have one more favor that I have to ask you. One of my goals is to be on Good Day Philadelphia. And one thing that I have to do is increase my social media status. And so if you can do these two things for me, that's not even going to probably take 15 seconds. Just immediately after this session, go and like my Go for the Gold Facebook page, and then hop over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Go for the Gold YouTube channel. Listen, if you do those two things, it will help me to raise my numbers and so that you can see me on Good Day Philadelphia. Listen, my heart is I want to get people out of the 92% over into the 8%, but I need your help to do that. We don't want to keep this information to ourselves. We want to share with other people, but we have to let them know that we are out there. So can you guys help me to reach my goals? Thank you so much. And so listen, and as we conclude, if you want any more goal setting information, you can visit me on Go for the Goal, my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my Twitter page, and also again, my YouTube channel page. But then last but not least, my website, www.wandamartin.org. Listen, I had a great time hanging out with you all. I had a great time hanging out with you guys for the year 2020. Listen, Happy New Year to you. May you have a blessed and prosperous year. And like I always love to say, hey, be safe, be great, and be 8 all day. Hey, God bless.